Welcome back to My Time Films and Project Integra. Today we're heading to Walmart, getting some drop cloths, and then after that we're gonna come back here and paint basically part of the car. Alright, so here's what we're working today with. Rear bumper comes off, but in order to do that, I think you have to take off the tail lights, and then you gotta take off the valance, and then you gotta take off the bumper, obviously. Yeah, that should be a day's worth of work pretty much right there. And here's the dent, if you guys didn't see it earlier. It's like a nice sized dent that I gotta bang out and try to Bondo up, make it look nice, and then we gotta line this bumper back up so there's no gap, because nobody likes sag in their rear bumper. Alright, after I was wrenching for some time, I took out a bunch of bolts. These are all 8mm, these are all 10mm. To take off the rear valance, you don't actually have to take off the taillights, it looks like, because I'm pulling it off right now. It's basically off. There we go. I almost took this tail light off because I thought I had to, but apparently you don't. It's still stuck on something though. There we go. Oop. It just dropped. Boom, got the rear valance off. Okay. Now that that's off, now you gotta take off this rear bumper. Oh, it's already ready to come out. Alright, well, I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna break something if I don't tie this back up. So I'm gonna hook up this rear tail light back up and then we'll continue. Whew, okay, that was close. Everything's off now. I almost forgot to unplug the license plate light, and this thing was just tugging down and I was like, oh, please don't snap on me. But I caught it just in time, so we're good. But basically, in order to remove the rear valance and the rear bumper, there's two clips on the sides of the quarter panels, and then you got a bunch of 10mm that run down right underneath the tail lights. You can see what I'm talking about, right? Two right here, and then the tail light ones are right here. This is really self-explanatory when you get back here, just in case you ever need to remove your bumper or your valance. So, yeah. Alright, I took it off and here's what it looks like without your rear valance and bumper on. I guess this is the valance beam that it balances on right over top the bumper. But yeah, it's really rusty and disgusting actually. Alright, and we're back with day 2 of painting the car. So I'm not actually going to paint the full car until probably next week because I have to go to work tomorrow and there's just too much that needs to be done. So I'm going to need to take 3 days off. I have Monday and Tuesday off, but I'm just going to ask off Wednesday maybe because I'm going to need the 3rd day just to finish everything up. But everything's primed. Rear valance bondoed section is right here. I don't know if you can see the discoloration right here, but it's a little scratched, and so yeah. And then the bumper has a lot of bumps and dings in it, so you know, so I guess this is like good stuff to practice on. This isn't the final bumpers. I may keep them for a while, yeah, but they're not the final pieces. Like I said, this is more or less just for practice before I get to the painting day actually for the whole entire car, because once you start painting on the body, it's pretty much a wrap. So here is the bumper. I have all my equipment ready. Alright, the first coat is done for the day. You know, the dry time for these is like 6 to 8 hours, so I may come back in a couple hours and hit some spots, but for the most part we're pretty much done for the day. You really don't need too many coats of these, so this is kind of like what it's going to look like. This is not really going to be my final bumper, but you know, this is good practice. It's always good to practice before you know you tackle the real thing. So this is pretty much my last practice session before I paint the actual car itself. I'm going to try to get some close-up shots for you guys of the paint. I don't even know if I see any fisheye on the actual bumper itself, so that's a plus. It's a lot easier than the front bumper was. That front bumper really killed me. That was extremely difficult. Yeah, it has a nice good reflection. You know, there's imperfections that I just kind of skipped over, like this. If I can get a good shot of it actually, like that. You know, like stupid stuff like that. Bunch of scratches and scrapes that I just pretty much sanded down as much as I could. But yeah, it looks good, you know, after I shot everything. So I'm pretty happy about that. Came out good. And then the valance. Valance could be better, but then again, this Bondo spot, so it has scratches in it. I don't know if you can see that from when I was using like 150 grit on the Bondo, and it pretty much just scratched it. So either I'm probably gonna buy another one of these anyway, because this right here, it's very, very easy to bend. I'm pretty sure this is like aluminum or whatever, but it's really easy to bend. So it's weird, it's hard to explain, but this area is kind of like bent. Like I sanded this down, bonded it and everything, this part's flat, but the piece itself, this whole section right here is like slightly bent like that. So I'm gonna have to bend it back in place, and yeah. But anyways, I'm probably just gonna get another one of these because it's never gonna look right. I'm just gonna keep bending it more and more. So yeah, this is pretty much the end of day 1, and I'll give you guys an update on when I paint it again. Okay, so something terrible has happened in the process of doing all this. It's fogging up. Hold on one sec. Alright, so basically I was getting ready to leave, go get some McDonald's, and I don't know what happened to this garage door, but this whole wire cable came loose, and this big heavy thing hit the chair, and this whole thing just collapsed. I just bent back the valance in shape because the valance was bent, and this got dirt on it right there, and it had like a bunch of specks on it, and I had to just get like a towel or a rag and dust it all off real quick. I didn't want to get fingerprints all over it. So this is still day 1. I'm going to spray down another coat and see if I can cover this up. I don't know if it'll work. It's still sticky if you touch it, so I don't know what's gonna happen. We're about to find out, and I guess we'll just go from there. So I'm about to go get the paint and fill it back up, and we're gonna get right to it. Alright, it's day 2 now and everything's back on. So I'm gonna need a new rear bumper filler or rear valance, whatever you guys call it. I dented it a lot when I dropped everything because of this crap garage door. So I'm gonna need a new bumper filler. So this one's pretty much trashed. That's why you see that gap right there, because there's a little nick right there. And basically that won't allow me to push it up any further. So I can try to push it up, but there's nothing that it'll catch on, you know? And you can still see that dip right there. Everything else lines up perfectly, but then there's the dip right there. So I'm gonna need a new rear bumper filler. Everything else turned out pretty nice. Looks nice, color matches, obviously. So yeah, figured I'd give you guys a little walk around of just the comparison between frost white and gloss white for Rust-Oleum. On camera you really can't tell, but in person you can definitely tell the color difference. Also, my new tires are coming today, so I have to wait for those. But yeah, that's pretty much the rear bumper and the rear valance and filler. Looks like there's a gap here too. Oh well. Alright, so that was the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. The valance and the bumper obviously going to have to be replaced in the future. Maybe sometime during August, right before Page Day or Honda Day. So, yeah, they have a bunch of dents, nicks, cracks, and scrapes in them that I really don't feel like bothering with. They're both plastic, so it's not really going to work well, aside from the valance, which is metal. So it just makes sense to, well, get new stuff. So look forward to that in the future, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.